What is going on, everyone? My name is Jason, and this is the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Okay, so to be honest, the Galaxy Note 10 wasn't on my radar in terms of phones to review in 2019. I reviewed the Galaxy S10 earlier in the year, and with the new iPhones usually being announced in September, I was planning on focusing my attention and what remains of my finances on them. But it suddenly dawned on me. I had never had my hands on a Note device, not even once. And considering that it's developed this reputation as the flagship of flagship phones, it felt only right that I call an audible on this one and pick one up. So I ordered a Galaxy Note 10 Plus in Aura Black over the weekend, and it got to the studio on Monday, so I wanted to share my initial thoughts on the phone now that I've had collectively around 24 hours with it. Now, this isn't a full review, it's more of an unboxing / first impressions kind of deal, but in-depth reviews and comparisons are definitely on the horizon, so keep an eye out for those. Now, before we get into the review, if you're into checking out the latest consumer tech products before you buy them, or if you're just a tech head like me, I make a video like this every single week, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell icon so you can be the first to know when a new GSL review is out and you don't miss anything. And real quick, do you guys think that the Galaxy Note line is truly the best representation of the term flagship phone? If not, which phone do you think is a better representative? Curious to get your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. That being said, let's jump into the Note 10 Plus. Okay, first let's do a quick unboxing. As soon as you get this thing open, you're greeted with the phone itself, and man, first impressions? This thing is huge. All phones have gone the way of bigger is better, much in part because of the Note lineup, but this is a lot of phone, and it feels substantial in the hand. But I'm gonna put that aside for just a second to go over what else is included in the package. Wedged inside here is where you'll find your standard paperwork, as well as a nice SIM ejector tool. Underneath this flap, you'll find a 25-watt charger that supports your standard fast charging. Now, the Note 10 Plus can support 45-watt charging for a super fast re-up on your battery, which is awesome, but you'll have to buy a 45-watt power brick separately. You've also got a pair of black AKG USB Type-C wired earbuds. I'm sure you've all heard by now that the Note 10 sadly retired the headphone jack. You've got a USB-C to USB-C cable, and a USB Type-A to USB Type-C adapter for data transfer. And that's about it for what's inside. Let's jump into the phone itself. Okay, so I know that the Aura Glow version of the Note is fire, but believe it or not, I intentionally chose to go with the more basic Aura Black. I've always leaned on the designs that give off more of that sleek, timeless look. And the black here really nails that. Yes, it's hyper reflective and no doubt a fingerprint magnet, but the metallic black finish Samsung was able to pull off, paired up with the dark aluminum frame, the curved OLED display, and the blacked out S Pen, really makes for a sophisticated, edgy design. Again, no shade at Aura Glow, but I feel as though this blacked out look will live far beyond the novelty of reflected bright colors. From a design standpoint, the Note 10 Plus is extremely impressive. It checks off all the boxes for premium build, starting with its glass-on-glass design that seamlessly melts into a brushed aluminum body, making for what feels like a unibody device. The phone comes in at an unapologetic large dimension of 77 by 162 millimeters, making for a staggering 6.8-inch display. Let's face it, the Note has never been shy about being a large phone, and as massive as it can seem, it makes sense in the hand and doesn't feel jarring from a user standpoint. I absolutely love the sharper corners and the flap top and bottom. It makes for a much boxier, modern look that honestly is a welcome change to the tired, rounded corner design that majority of the smartphones have been using for years. On the top of the phone, you have your SIM card slot that allows you to take advantage of 1 GB of additional external storage via microSD, which is really nice. On the bottom, you have your USB Type-C port for charging, a speaker grill, and your compartment for the S Pen. One thing different this year is that Samsung completely removed all the physical buttons from the right side of the phone and put both the power button and the volume rocker on the left. Now, to be honest, I'm not a fan of this design decision, as having the power button on the left runs counter to virtually every phone I've ever used, including the Galaxy S10 Plus, and my thumb is constantly searching for the button on the right. I really feel as though it would be better suited there. Also, we didn't see Samsung go with something like a pop-up camera that would eliminate the hole punch in the display, but I do like the decision of centering it in order to make its location more symmetrical. And speaking of display, even with the hole punch, it's got to be one of the biggest, most immersive displays on a phone today. And look, it's only been about 24 hours, but this could very well be the best display on a phone right now. Coming in at a max resolution of 3040 by 1440, the Quad HD Plus Infinity O display looks incredible. Now it's not all that surprising because Samsung has been dominating the smartphone display game for a while now, but the way the display spills over the edges on the Note sides and extends all the way to the top and bottom, making for virtually no forehead and chin, paired with this boxier physical design, really makes the display stand out, and it looks and feels like you're holding a completely bezel-less device. And it's an understatement to say that content consumption on this device is great. It's truly outstanding. And I can already tell it's going to be hard to go back to anything not as immersive and high quality. Now from a performance standpoint, the Note 10 Plus is rocking the flagship Snapdragon 855 chip, supported by a whopping 12GB of RAM, and to be expected, everything is super snappy and buttery smooth right out of the gate. The phone comes equipped with a well-sized 4300 mAh battery, which supports the two fast charging options mentioned earlier, as well as both wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. From a functionality standpoint, the Note 10 Plus utilizes the same ultrasonic in-display fingerprint reader that was debuted with the Galaxy S10, and this to me has gotten much better. It's faster and feels way less than what I first experienced with the S10, and it's a really cool technology, and I'm glad that it made a return. Now of course, this wouldn't be a Note without the S Pen, which I have to say as a first-time user, I'm really impressed at how responsive it is. Love how you can start writing on the display that's asleep as soon as you take the S Pen out, and even though I do wonder how often I'd actually use it, I could see it being super useful. Plus, a new feature this year with the Note is that you can use air gestures with the S Pen to switch things up like the camera settings. Really not too sure if I'd ever use this particular feature to be honest, but I think it's cool that the pen itself has a gyroscope in it now, and who knows what app developers will come up with in terms of application. Now the last thing I do want to cover on the Note 10 Plus are the cameras. To start with the front, the phone comes with a 10 megapixel selfie camera that supports dual pixel autofocus and portrait mode, and the few selfies that I took look pretty nice. The portrait mode works well too, though I will say it's by default quite aggressive, to the point where it looks a bit unnatural. Now you do have the option to tone it down though, or remove the effect completely, which is nice. On the back, you have Samsung's flagship suite of cameras. You got one primary 12 megapixel wide angle shooter, a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and everyone's favorite, a 16 megapixel ultra wide camera. And the initial images I've taken so far are again pretty impressive. Colors are bright and vibrant, details are sharp, and there's a good consistency in terms of image quality between the primary, telephoto, and ultra wide lenses. Gotta say, the ultra wide camera is pretty dope, and I'm glad to see this is becoming the new standard for most flagship phones. Now there's a ton of in-camera software features that I haven't had a chance to check out yet, but so far, the Note 10 Plus's cameras will likely be in the top 5 best smartphone cameras list by the end of 2019. Now again, this isn't too surprising as this is the Note. It's the pull out all the stops flagship, so having some of the top camera hardware and software is to be expected. Now this is especially true when you look at the price tag on this phone. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus starts at $1,100, which is pretty damn expensive, I don't care how you slice it. So I guess the big question is, do the bevy of premier features justify that exorbitant price tag? It's a bit too early for me to tell, but I will say that this phone has truly impressed me in the short amount of time that I've had it, and it's undeniably one of the best looking, best put together smartphones out right now, and it's been a pleasure using. And this is coming from a self-professed Apple fanboy. But hey, want to pass the question over to you guys? Do you guys think that the Note 10 lives up to the high standards the Note lineup has been known for? Or do you think it falls short? And there are better phones out there for the price? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. Okay, that's about it for this review. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you guys found it useful. It really helps me out. There's gonna be way more in-depth reviews on the Note 10 coming soon, so make sure you're subscribed and be on the lookout for those. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.